So, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. And we are the group 2 and we will be reporting about the starting venture and a business plan. So, when you say venture, it is a business that formed with a plan and expectation that financial gain will follow. So, starting a new business can be both exciting and frightening. Syempre, no, kay kanang pag mag-start man gud kag business, na ay excitement, syempre excited ka. And at the same time, na ay kahadlok sa imuhang part kay una-una nimo mulambo baka ako ani na business. So, mao to siya. And prospective entrepreneurs should have a passion for what they hope to and know the purpose and goals behind making a major change in the life of business. Entrepreneurship, as good as instigator of change as any to chart a new course to success. And this line of thinking also shows a lack of business of understanding. So let's proceed to the development of a business plan. So business plan, it is a formal statement of a set of business goals, the reasons they are believed attainable, and the plan for reaching those goals. So the business plan, the other term of a business plan, it is written document that integration of functional plans such as marketing, finance, manufacture, sales, and also human resource. So it brings together the goals, plans, strategies, and resources of a business. So by developing this business plan, it is a comprehensive plan prior to the commencement of our operation. It can minimize also risk and may save from significant financial and professional losses resulting from an unprofitable business. So, planning. Planning is a process that never ends for a business. It is extremely important in the early stages of any new venture when the entrepreneurs will need to prepare a preliminary business plan. As the ventures grows up to the mature business, planning will continue. Plan may be short-term or long-term, strategic or operational. There are specific elements a potential investor will look for any business plan. So, ang planning, it is a function of a management that involves setting objectives and determining a course of action for achieving those objectives. So, it helps the entrepreneurs focus na kanang specific steps to make the business ideas succeed para mag-succeed ang imong business. So kailangan mag-focus ka sa kanang specific na steps. So these are the diagram of a business plan. So natay market research, business model, marketing planning, long-term goals, team building, development strategy, trend analysis, and personal resources. So, napunta dire diagram sa business plan also, kining sa timeline, competitor analysis, SWOT analysis, mission strategy statement, marketing plan, product description, financial planning, and operation. So, who should write the plan? The business plan should be prepared by the entrepreneur. However, she or he may kung the consultant. So, ang magsulat gid aning the plan, who should write the plan is the person who responsible for implementing for that particular plan should write and involved in its development. So, ang example, mga lawyers, marketing consultants, employers na kanang nag-draft sa plan. So, the business plan is usually read by the employer or the team of the management, or in many cases, the private investors who have to express their interest in that particular company. So, scope and value of the business plan, who reads the plan. So, the business plan is valuable to the entrepreneur and investors because It helps determine the viability of the ventures in a designated market. And also, it gives guidance, organizing planning activities. It serves as an important tool in obtaining financing. So, example, it is read by the employees, investors, venture capitals, suppliers, customers, kanang through sa value of business plan, no, na mag-read sa plan. It provides valuable historical information na makatabang sa business owner na makahimo sila og decision para sa future sa ilang company. So, how do potential lenders and investors evaluate the plan? As the entrepreneur becomes aware of who will read the plan, changes will be necessary. Supplier may want to focus a business plan before signing a contract to supply products or services. And also, customers may also want to review the plan before the buying product. So, the business plan should address the needs of all the potential evaluators. Software packages and internet samples should be used only to assess preparation. So, ang lenders and inventors look especially the evidence of a financial stability. And also, syempre, ang customer before siya mag-invest na kumpanya, iya sa jud nang siguraduhon na ang iyang kwarta pod is safe para maka-invest na company. And the last one is the presenting the plan. So typically, the entrepreneur provides a short 20 to 30 minutes presentation of the business plan. A venture capitalized or angel group may ask the entrepreneur to present the plan to their partners before making a fine decision. So pag mag-present ka og plan, so nara gyud na dili pud ingon na taason pud nimo, nara gyud na sa minimum of 20 to 30 minutes para po dili pud sila maboring mamati sa imong presentation. And for me, i-introduce nimo imong team, then katong i-discuss nimo ang topic o katong outline, katong importante na outline na what you will be talking about. Kaya kung baga imuhang i-direct to the point para kuan syempre kuan na pud baya ng 20 to 30 minutes, dili ingon na mubo, dili pud ingon na taas, para masulod nimo tanan kung unsa to mga importante na mga details about sa imong
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. So we are the continuation and the report. Then let's start. Why write the business plan? Business plans serve many functions. Mostly, they serve to do some or all of the following. So first is sell yourself. So sell yourself is convince another of one's merits, present oneself in a favorable light. As in a job interview is an ideal opportunity to sell oneself to prospective employer. So the second one is obtaining financing. Obtaining financing is a process of providing funds for the business activities making purchases or investing. And the third one is motivate and focus management team. So, ikaw as a manager sa isa ka team, unsaon nimo pag pa-motivate nga para mo kung sila sa pagtrabaho nila, yan na ba? Then, the third one is attract key employees. Attract key employees is to acquire the best workers and to be competitive, and attracting to top talent to your business can be difficult. And the fifth one, and the last one is complete mergers and acquisition. So, a merger occurs when two separate entities combine forces to create a new joint organization, one entirely by another. Mergers and acquisitions may be completed to expand a company's reach or gain market share in attempt to create shareholder value. Then next slide. Who should write the business plan? Outsourcing the preparation of the business plan using consultants or interns. Only they have the right level of insights and imagination as to direction their business should take. Then the next slide. Who will read the business plan? So a business plan can be directed at internal people such as the management team or employees. It is more an operational document to help align individuals within the company. Then, types of business plan. Start a plan. Start a plan. So, kung ano siya ka nang makakuha na ka kung unsaon pag-start sa pagkuan sa type of business plan, also known as a feasibility plan. This type of plan is used for internal purposes and primarily reflects the needs of the members of the company. One will use that either to plan their company's growth or expansion or to set company-wide priorities. A type of plan that will include a high-level strategy, tactical foundations of the strategy, specific responsibilities, activities, deadlines, and budgets, and financial plan. So that's all in my.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. This is a continuation my key report. So, my topic is about the key elements of business plan. New venture team. A single entrepreneur typically can make a living out of the business, but startups that are led by teams create substantial value. The advantage having a team is mostly in the greater network, the more diverse knowledge and skills, and the possibility to divide and specialize tasks, which eventually enables faster growth. Entrepreneurship is a process of starting business other organization. The entrepreneur develops a business model, acquired human and other required resource, and fully responsible for its success or failure. Either there is an individual entrepreneur who will be joined over the first a few years, 3 or 4 partners, or the team was already formed at the outset, both can be successful. So, entrepreneur, isa-isa sila magbuhat og bag-o nga business bearing most of the rest and enjoying most of. So, karamihan makikita bilang isang innovator. So, one of organize to manage and assume the rest of a business or enterprise without the help of a partner. So, the next slide, the elements of a new venture team. Founders of a venture. First is a key employees. Second is a management team. Third is a board of advisors. Fourth is a lenders and investors. Fifth is other professionals. And the last, board of directors. This is the elements of a new venture team. Next is team quality. Also demonstrated in the way the team effectively operates as a team. A word of warning at this point, for several of the mentioned reasons, people tend to prefer working with others of the same background and values. This can be, but is not necessarily beneficial. It is usually deemed better for the team to highly diverse to accomplish their versatile tasks. So, team quality as entrepreneur is a person who in action to oriented and highly motivated to take a risk and to achieve such a goal brings about a change. So next is the role of the board. They can and should challenge the assumptions, strategies, and actions of the entrepreneur entrepreneurial team. Board members should come with seasoned industry and business experience. Next, market analysis. Market analysis and sizing. But a business plan does need to give credible statements on the venture market and size beyond the back of the envelope exercise done in the BCP. These potential customers may be consistent in the geographical location, purchasing power, or buying attitude. An industry by contrast consists of sellers that is one of the competitors. Analyzing a market can be should be done on 2 different levels, the macro and the micro environment. Macro level analysis typically asks questions about things such as the number of customers, aggregate money spent, and number unit of usage or occasions. The analysis should be also cover macroeconomic trends in terms of possible political, technological, and socio-cultural developments. The macro-level analysis is somewhat more intricate. Successfully entering and competing in the market is frequently accomplished by solving a customer need, which does not necessarily mean selling a particular feature of a technology. Convincing a customer that one has the best solution to their problems, or even teaching them that they have a need one can fulfill is actually the challenging task. Competitive advantage. A competitive advantage is essentially the ability to prevent others from exploiting the same opportunity, which should which should usually grant the potential for hiring returns than normal. The critical question is how this advantage can be protected from competitors and whether it can be maintained over a long time. So, competitive advantage refers to the factors that allows a company to produce goods or services better or more cheaply than its rivals. So, these factors allows a productive entity to generate more sales or superior margins compared to the market rivals. So next, two vital factors are the presence of proprietary elements, that is parents, trade secrets, etc., intellectual property that can possibly prevent others from copying the business. The presence of an economically viable business model, i.e., a model that generates sufficient revenue and gross margin to cover the structure of the business. There are four instruments of IP protection exist. First, patents, copyrights, trademarks, and trade secret. So first is a patents. Patents are the official to exclude from making, selling, or using invention for limited time. The process of obtaining a patent is usually lengthy and expensive. Patenting an invention costs between $10 and $15 in most industrialized countries. This is ensures that the claim will be alright and if needed be defendable, assuming that the venture's resource is stretched to being able to defend its rights. Trademarks. The second, trademarks. Words, names, or symbols that identify a company, product, or service and distinguish it from others are known as trademarks. They help companies to be uniquely recognized by their customers. They need to be officially registered and renewable every 10 years as long as they remain in use. Obtaining trademark is typically much faster and easier than obtaining patent. The third is copyrights. Copyrights, tangible outputs of a person or company such a book, article, software, and like the protected by copyright. Officially, copyright is obtained by the creation. It grants official ownership and the right of commercialization. The last is trade secrets, going beyond what is written in the technical description of a patent. Secrets include business or technical knowledge that is kept secret for a purpose of gaining advantage in a business over a competitor. Not all of protections are applicable to all forms of intellect in the role of an extent of parent protection of IP. So, there are both academic practitioners who maintain that a small venture would not be able to defend its rights anyway. Licensing, a contract by which one party commits to do or pay something for other parties doing or paying something, any contingency that can be written into contract can be written into a licensing agreement. A license can also restricted to a specified purpose of geographical region. So for example, licensing would be a clothing manufacturer like a Life is Good. Licensing is design a brand in a certain country to a local company. That's all.
Okay, this is a continuation of Mrs. Maybelline Orias, Miss rather, the 2.3.5, the business model. The business model essentially defines on how a firm competes in the marketplace and how earns profits from the activity. This includes, in a particular, on how firms structure it its relationship with customers and suppliers. It is also relates to decision on whether to make or buy, whether to sell or license products or components, and whether to sell a products or a services or combination of both. Now, the purpose of business model. The main purpose of business model, it provides information about an organization's target market, that market need, and the role that the business product or services will play in meeting those needs. So this is a model diagram or business model that include strategy, technology, and governance. It also defines customer demand, partner and suppliers, technology changes, and competitive force, legal environment, social environment. And that is for business model. We will proceed the marketing plan. Marketing plan, there are two distinct ways in which products emerge, either as a result or research and development products that technology push, or by the first listening a customer's need and developing a product according in market pool. The first rarely succeed long term because they frequently miss out the highly innovative and high margin products that customers did not know that they would like until they had them. Second is group of venture too much money developing products that mostly fail to find the customers all. Now, when you say marketing plan, it identifies the target mark it identifies the target market or the value proposition of the brand or the product. That is marketing plan. And we will proceed to unique selling proposition. When you say unique selling proposition, is a market strategy of information customers about how one's own brand or product is superior to its competitors. That is unique selling position or USP. Now we will can read the definition of unique selling position. One of the first market tasks typically going together with the market and industrial analysis is to define a unique selling position. This is the perceived value of the products or services compared to competitors' offerings. That is unique selling position. Okay, we will proceed. The classical 4 framework. or 4P, which is the product, price, place, and promotion. This 4 is very important in marketing plan, whereas to elaborate and more operational usually done within the classical 4 framework or 4P. Okay, we will proceed to financing. We will proceed to the financing the venture. In financing the venture, a new venture is such prominent function within the new creations process. One will only make few remarks on the finance planning here. However, it is unlikely the entrepreneur can accurately his or her goals. Eventually, financing plan needs to talk about an exit strategy. It should be noted that exit is intended to be for the investors, not necessarily for the funder. Okay, financing, when we say financing the venture, it is a type of funding by venture capital. It is a private equity capital that can be provided or various strategies or funding rounds. That is financing the venture. And the last but not the least is talking about trees. Talking about trees, when you say talking about trees, it is many assumption about unknown future. It is a many assumption about unknown future. Most people will readily agree that there is a tremendous risk in any entrepreneurial venture. A serious business plan that needs to account for this. It needs to include statement of risk associated with the business in the actions that entrepreneur envision taking in issues occur. Risks are inherited in all parts of the business. In all parts of the business in people. When we say talking about risk in building product, we are talking about the potential relationship between what you invest versus what you reap. So that's it. Thank you. Peace. Bye.